It's recording. Uh, so I have the first part. We have to define gross domestic product, which is the value of goods and stuff you want to buy. Purchasing power means that you want to purchase it, the ability to purchase it. Parity balance of trade is just like equal balance of trade, and foreign debt is the money you borrow from other governments that puts you in debt, your own country in debt. And the cost of living is just like the cost of you having to live, really. And that's it for this one.
Okay, so the decision-making process. So what you want to first do is you want to first find the house that's within your budget with your team. And then you'd want to look into your flight and kind of just uh, you might not want to like get your flight immediately because I mean it's 6 months prior to you getting your contract for the 5 years, but you want to make sure you book the flight and then gather all the facts you know about the area that you're going to go to in China. So maybe look about like the landmarks that are there and look at all the sites you could do like while you're there. You're not always going to be um, on business, but you also want to see like maybe if there's like a different dialect in Mandarin, like if there's like if you're going to Shanghai and they speak just like Shanghainese, then you'd kind of want to know that beforehand. So also you want to know the opportunity costs before you go. So like and while you're there too, because like it's the loss of your potential gain if you choose this alternative. You could have all other alternatives, and it's the loss of the gain that you have when you're
Yep.
making the business decisions. So, um, also, you need to also consider the scarcity of some products that are in your business. So, like in China, like if you have like a food based like organization that you're in, you'd want to consider like maybe you don't have I don't know, maybe you're marketing French fries or something and you don't have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Um,
what I
is that the end of your part?
yes.
Okay. So what? So the literacy level of China is 96.4%. Um, I've noticed like you want to go when you go there, you want to make sure you're pretty fluent in the language speaking for it and stuff. Their technology resources are pretty. They have a lot of it, and the same with natural resource. All of that is available to you. Um, Infrastructure, it has a lot. China does has a lot of infrastructure. Um, and the level of the country's economic development, the development is rising 9.5% every year. That was last recorded in 2018, I believe. And yeah, so yeah.
Okay, so we'd also need to identify the impact of geography. So you need to find out the climate. So the climate in China typically, there's a lot of pollution and when you're near the coast, which most of the businesses will be located near like the coast of China on the east coast.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have the you have Beijing, and you have Shanghai, and those are big business. There's big business corporations over there.
Mm-hmm.
So, so the organizations would probably be more sea based and located over there. So, also the time zone in China is much different than the U.S. So you need to get used to that while you're over there, and most of the like you'll have a lot of conference calls over there too because like especially during COVID-19 there would be a lot of conference calls because of the just the the Pacific Ocean is like it's big between the US, and then here's the US, and then here's China. So like it would be hard to just like go over there and conduct a meeting. So you need to know that too. So um as mentioned earlier, like if you had like a food-based economy and like organization, um like you'd probably have foods as like such as fish and like I don't know, like calamari as some of the products that you'd have. Um, so in such the topography would probably be more green and more with like hills and stuff. So you'd probably have more. It wouldn't really affect where the organization is situated because China's topography isn't that hard and rugged land. So yeah, that's what I have.
Uh, something that I noticed when I was looking at the factors of cultural factors that like affect business days and stuff. The biggest one and really the only one I could find is called Confucianism. Um, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but it's like I'll explain it in a minute, but it's like a holiday that everyone just takes a huge break and yeah, so like if you're coming from the US over to China to work, then it's going to affect your job because the US doesn't have this holiday. And yeah, and the next question it actually talks about that. So yeah, I'll go to it's your turn now.
Yeah, like the business hours would be different for
Yeah.
the US pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so now we need to assess how social and cultural factors influence the human resource um functions. So like in recruitment of the staff with your team, it would probably be more strict because China has more strict like laws and stuff than
Yeah.
the US. So the like you need to consider like factors like such as like how well they do in foreign business situations and like how many languages do they speak and
Hmm.
like how what like and how long they've been um dealing with this kind of stuff
Yeah.
also. So and that also goes into determining your employees too, because and then evaluation um would also be more strict. It just all kind of correlates together.
Yeah.
So the compensation actually works differently in China. So the employer actually pays the employees monthly due to their compensation law, and the there's actually like for promotion there's it would actually again it would be more strict, but there's also such thing as bonus offers, and that kind of like shows that you've been kind of promoted in a way, and also a big incentive to go to China with your team would actually because it's like a financial powerhouse and like the economy is like flourishing there, but with
Yeah.
COVID-19 it would be different, but like it was, and yeah, that's what I have.
Oh, sweet. So Confucianism, it's a holiday where all older people and so there's a certain area, I think it's like 65 plus and then like is it 25 and below, all those people that like elders and then the minors all take a break from everything. And when they do that, everyone like all jobs just like shut down for that day and people will go and do stuff, have fun with their families and stuff there. Um, but how that will influence consumer buy behavior is they will go and buy stuff for that special occasion and they'll end up paying a whole bunch to all these companies that they need, which in China, a big one is fireworks. So they'll go buy a whole bunch of fireworks and those companies will explode in money. And it's just like all these it's just different than here in the US. And yeah, that's pretty much it that I got from that.
Great.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
you have everything?
yeah. Let me, I think I just clicked this. Yep.